Going from a tiny shoebox apartment where I could barely pay rent to building an 8-figure business, when they say new level, new devil, they really mean it. I have had to do so much work on my money mindset, and so I want to share the 6 shifts that help me get to where I am today and hopefully help you remove any money mindset blocks you might be having. Now, I know that of course there's more to becoming a millionaire than just your mindset, but as someone who's been through a lot of different levels in my business, I can tell you it's vital. We're either coming from a place of scarcity or a place of abundance. And that is rooted from childhood and from our stories around money and from our thoughts and patterns when it comes to our finances. Scarcity means that you're constantly in fear and that you feel like there's never enough and you're never gonna be able to have what you want. Abundance means that you are set up to receive and you truly believe there's more than enough for everyone. I used to come from a place of scarcity, and that's a really hard place to build a business from. Now, the best thing that illustrated this point for me is a book that's called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So before I get into these shifts, the 6 shifts that really helped me change my mindset, I wanted to read this to you. Money is really a symbol of the life energy we exchange and the life energy we use as a result of the service we provide to the universe. Another word for money is currency, which also reflects the flowing nature of energy. The word currency comes from the Latin word currere, which means to run or to flow. Therefore, if we stop the circulation of money, if our only intention is to hold on to our money and hoard it, since it is life energy, we will stop its circulation back into our lives. In order to keep that energy coming to us, we have to keep the energy circulating. Like a river, money must keep flowing. Otherwise, it begins to stagnate, to clog, to suffocate, and to strangle its very own life force. And that brings me to the first shift, which is generosity. Even if you don't have a dime to your name right now, this YouTube channel is a prime example of how well generosity will work in creating what you want and creating abundance in your life. I started this channel with no intent of building a business around it. I started it with no intent of building a following. But because I started the channel from a place of providing value and helping people through my content, it creates this ripple effect of if I'm giving of my knowledge, of my genius zone, of my talents, then I'm going to receive in return a lot of people that are really excited to watch my videos, and that's what ultimately built my subscriber base. So this isn't even just about money. It's about energy, and it's about what you put out, you get back. Whatever you want to have, you ultimately have to be it first, and you have to give generously from that place before you're gonna be able to receive it. If you want kindness, be kind. If you want empathy, be empathetic. If you want love, be loving. You are a mirror for what you receive. So being generous makes a world of difference. And ultimately, when I started my business and I didn't have any money, I realized that if I could just get my work out there and help a few people with my talents, picking up random contracts, doing work for free to gain credibility, it was going to pay back tenfold down the road. The second shift is accountability. This is a really simple question, but it might just blow your mind because it's something that I go back to every single day. And when I started asking myself this question in the morning every single day, it made a massive shift in revenue growth in my business. So the question is, what have you done today to make more money? Really? Have you built relationships? Have you knocked on doors? Have you posted content with a call to action to get people to work with you? Have you built a network around you? Have you started to direct message and provide value? Have you created content that's gonna help people and make them wanna work with you? What have you done today to make money? The third shift is pretend. I know that sounds strange, but you have to visualize and act like you're already rich. Now, I have a really good example of this. 1 second. For example, I knew that when I was at a place where I didn't have to worry about money, there was this one purchase that I really wanted to make. And it's so silly looking back on it in hindsight because I'm not really a label person, but this Gucci belt was the thing I wanted most. And the funniest part about this belt is that I went into the store wearing sweatpants and I thought I was gonna get kicked out of the store. I was so nervous to buy this belt because it was so out of my comfort zone. I never bought anything like that before, and I felt out of body almost. But I needed that experience to feel what it felt like to be in the position that I had dreamed of for a really long time, to be able to spend money without a worry. Now, I don't even really wear this belt now, and I realize that material things really don't make me feel rich at all. But it was a really good practice in visualizing, achieving the goal, getting it, and up-leveling my energy. So ask yourself, when you're rich, when you have all the money in the world, what is one thing that you plan on doing? And practice doing it. Go to the store, test drive the car, do whatever you have to do to see it actually come to life and to feel what that's gonna feel like, because the universe doesn't know the difference between pretend and real. The fourth shift is spending habits. And this comes down to if you're buying a coffee. How do you feel? How do you feel when you buy a coffee? Do you feel nervous? Are you worried about how much money you have in the bank? Are you fearful around money? Does it make you feel scared? That ultimately becomes a mirror for how money is gonna show up for you, to the point of what I read earlier. It's all energy. So as hard as it is, even when you are having to penny pinch, try when you make a purchase to put yourself in a position of, I got this. I have all the money in the world, I can do this. Because it's going to trick your brain into feeling abundant, which shifts your energy to bring in more abundance in your life. The fifth shift, gratitude. In order to receive more, be in the financial position that you want to be in, you have to first see and appreciate what you already have. I had to shift my mindset around this in a big way, and I started by doing a gratitude journal every single day. What do you write in your gratitude journal? Here's an example. Are you alive? Are you breathing? Are you watching this on a phone? Are you watching this on a computer? Those are 4 things to be grateful for right now. The more you find things to be grateful for, the more you're going to receive. The sixth shift is mindful investments. When I first had to hire my very first employee, I was terrified. I thought to myself, how am I gonna pay this person? I can barely pay myself. And how am I gonna continue to grow if I'm dealing with the financial stress of this? And that was one of my biggest mistakes as an entrepreneur, is not investing in a team earlier to help me grow. Because the moment I was able to bring somebody on, it freed up my mental space to focus on the things I was really good at, which ultimately grew the business a lot faster. So don't look at investments or things you need to spend money on as wasting money. Think about them mindfully and think to yourself, is this gonna help me in the long run? Is there an ROI to this, a return on your investment? And if there is, and it's allowing you to stay in the zone where you can focus on the things that are actually gonna help you grow, then that is a mindful investment, and that's ultimately going to be helpful for you in the future. So ask yourself, is it helpful or is it just a Gucci belt? Now, to add on to that, one of the greatest shifts I have ever had in my business, in my life, when it comes to money, is understanding the value of runway. Runway means that you have money put away so that you have a safety blanket for a month, 2 months, 3 months. If everything stopped today, you have that safety blanket and you don't have to act out of fear or being reactive. Because when you act out of fear or you act out of being reactive, it tends to leave you vulnerable to making really poor decisions financially and just on a personal, emotional level. So I remember when someone first advised me on having runway in my business, I didn't have any. And I went into a panic, but I immediately started putting away percentages of my income on a monthly basis, whether that was like $100 or $1,000. And now we're at a place where we have months and months and months of runway. So we can make decisions from a place of abundance and not from a place of being fearful that we're not gonna be able to pay our expenses the next month. So having that peace of mind allows you to continuously operate from a positive place when it comes to money. Next thing I'll say was made very famous by Jim Carrey. When he was broke and didn't have any money or any movies, he wrote himself a check for $10 million. When I was in my tiny shoebox apartment, I wrote myself a check for $10,000, put it on my fridge, reminding myself every single day that if I kept doing what I was doing and kept working, I was going to be able to get there one day. So what will your check be for? Are you with me? Watch this video next. I'll see you in the next one.